Yeah, and then the next fight was kind of a strange one.
Strange.
Jessica McCaskill and Alma Ibarra.
She's winging that right hand.
She came in throwing them things.
Yeah.
She almost threw a couple no-look punches.
Yeah.
Like she would throw the right hand.
hands?
No. She would throw the right hand, but she would be completely looking down.
Right.
She'd get in there and
Yeah.
then she'd just throw these punches, and I'm like,
And they were landing.
yeah. They were landing.
Well, they missed a lot.
As she was throwing a few of them, I said, man, she's, almost throwing with reckless abandon.
Yeah.
And then they show the slow-mo a few times, and she was slipping shots while doing that. She's throwing and not always eye on her opponent, but she had a good sense to know when to get out of the way of the shot anyways. But she was winging that right hand.
Yeah.
And
That's her normal style?
yeah, she comes out hot. I've seen her.
White.
This fight and the one when she fought on the Haney JoJo undercard, she's been coming out hot.
With that overhand right that I saw yesterday,
That-
and
it
the
was-
big
it
hook
was
that I saw
ramped
yesterday,
up a little bit
It was
yesterday.
ramped up.
It is typically like
She looked better than she did in her last fight.
Yeah,
She did.
Yeah, she looked better in this fight.
Yeah.
Than she looked in the last fight. I actually don't. I didn't think so.
You thought she
Maybe I was that fight I did watch from way high, so maybe I didn't see the same fight. But I just there's no need to knock Jessica McCaskill in this
No, not at all.
fight.
Hell
She won. She made the girl quit.
Yeah, made her on the stool.
The thing that came to my mind as soon as like the third round came and you could see that she wasn't coming back out, and then I was replaying round 2 in my mind based on what I saw in round 1, it reminded me of Nova versus Robesi, where Robesi came out, hands up, I'm walking you down, take this, and that was not what Nova prepared for. And Nova, I felt like very quickly got mentally disconnected from the fight. And you see this fight right here. Obviously, Ibarra should have been expecting McCaskill to come hard, but it was ramped up.
Yeah.
And I think it was ramped up to a point that it immediately got Ibarra, and mentally she was checked out after the first round.
Yeah, and then even the decision and to be candid, they weren't speaking English. They were speaking Spanish, so I'm not sure exactly what the translation was coming out as.
Oh, right.
But then they were saying that Ibarra said something about holding, that McCaskill was holding, but Ibarra was the one holding, so I'm not sure if something was literally lost in translation.
Yeah.
She may have been frustrated because McCaskill gets rough on the inside.
Yeah, and so she
when
was
you're
having
trying to
the
clinch,
hold.
she keeps hitting you.
Yeah, so it was...
Think about it.
Yeah.
This girl's throwing big, heavy shots, and if I don't get out of the way, I'm gonna get hurt. I'm trying to grab her, and I can't hold her. I can't tie her up because she's too strong. And then the ref's coming in. My only recourse is to get out of this ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not justifying her quitting. It kind of is what it is. But on the same side of it, at the same time, I understand that this young lady understood very quickly that there's nothing I can do. And nobody expected. That was weird.
It was very anticlimactic. Like there was just like, then they're just like, oh no, that's it.
And at first I thought the trainer was stopping it and she was telling him no.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
And then McCaskill,
I knew what it was.
And
You knew it?
I knew what it was.
And McCaskill had like walked over towards the corner, so she's just like sitting there waiting.
She was just being a punk at that point.
Yeah,
Why was she trying to punk her?
Nah,
she was trying to punk her.
No, because if Shawn Porter was fighting somebody and they get off the stool after they rung the bell, you'd have been right over there. Ready to go. That would have been you.
Yeah, so she gets a win. She doesn't get to, show every tool in the tool bag, but that's fine.
Tough Chicago fighter.
Yeah.
I'm down
to
to
Chantel Cameron
That's a good fight.
at 140.
That or if Amanda Serrano's not going to fight Katie Taylor again, I'd like to see Serrano fight Jessica McCaskill.
She got to go up, but
She's got to, and all the way up to 47. The highest she's been is 40, but
somebody get knocked out.
in that fight, they're both tough.
This fight was at 147.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So she's Serrano's
undisputed
never
at-
been past 40.
Yeah, she's undisputed
but-
at 147, and she's like looking at it right now, and she's like, the fights aren't really there, big fights for her.
Right.
And Chantel Cameron has called her out before.
Right.
Apparently, she said they kind of went back and forth. So I'd love to see that fight. Both extremely talented.
Like to see her go down to 140, and then of course, if Amanda Serrano were to come up to 140, that would be a great fight for the female boxing world.
Because she fought Katie Taylor, but you could see that style. Katie Taylor would just pick her apart. I can kind of see why she lost.
Which one?
McCaskill.
Yeah.
McCaskill.
Does that-
her only loss.
Oh, yeah, they both fought.
Yeah, right.
Does that feel good when a win pays dividends? When, like Katie beat her and then she goes on to become undisputed welterweight champ, and it's just, when
You're like,
certain...
I beat her.
Yeah. And it just, your resume grows over the years without you doing you know, yeah. So.
This is what Nori said. He said you're linked to your opponents for forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you always want to have the
or
best
bad.
in front of you.
Like when Ugas beat Pacquiao, you didn't care, but I was happy for you.
Yeah.
Like, man, that resume just got prettier.
It did. I never looked at it. Yeah,
Right.
never
Boost it
looked
up a
at it.
little bit.